Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sara Lubratt, and today we are going to be talking about my goals and my attack plan for Camp NaNo July 2023. If you go on to enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a big thumbs up because that really supports my channel and telling the YouTube algorithm that you liked my video and that somebody else might too. And if you want to see my vlogs for Camp NaNo July, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button. And now without further ado, let's get into this video. If you are not familiar with Camp NaNo is kind of a spin-off of NaNoWriMo, which stands for National Novel Writing Month and happens every November. NaNoWriMo.org is an organization that basically tries to get a bunch of writers to write a book during National Novel Writing Month every November, where a bunch of writers basically try to write the rough draft of a new book. And then they started Camp NaNo, which happens in April and July, where instead of having to write 50,000 words during the month of November for NaNoWriMo, you can set your own writing goal but still have the community that kind of backs up trying to write a book. So for the Camp Nanos, a lot of people will set either word goals or time goals or chapter goals or whatever that align with their writing goals for the month. So my goal for Camp NaNo July this year is very similar, if not the same as my goal for April Camp NaNo this year, which I did not hit. But I do think that for July, I'm going to make it kind of a two-part goal, kind of more of like a slightly more achievable goal and then slightly more of a stretch goal. And I will go into explaining those in just a second. My goal for April Camp NaNoWriMo that I did not hit was editing a chapter of Project DE a day. I'm currently working on draft 6 of my high fantasy project that I call Project DE. It is like I said, a fantasy told from 3 points of view, dealing with magic, dragons, a religious system that I made up, and ultimately I did not end up editing that many chapters during the month of April. So for Camp NaNo July, I'm trying again. There are 31 days in July according to my calendar, which is probably a pretty accurate source. And so my goal for Camp NaNo July of this year is to edit 31 chapters of draft 6 of my high fantasy project that I call Project DE. I don't need to edit every single day in order to hit this goal because I know that some days I won't edit, and I know that some days I will hit shorter chapters where I will be able to do more than one. And so ideally on days that I do work on this, I can do like a chapter and a half to 2 chapters, and that way I don't have to edit a chapter every single day for the month of July. If I were able to do that, I think that that would be amazing. However, I think that it's a little unrealistic to set that expectation for myself. So I am kind of going into the month hoping that I can do 15 to 20 days of editing rather than all 31. And then my second part of this goal is to edit 50,000 words. And I honestly don't know if that's more or less than the 31 chapters, but I do know that in this draft 6, the entirety of the project is about 130,000 words, and I'm roughly 30,000 words into this project. And I did tell myself that I wanted to be done with draft 6 and ideally draft 7 as well by the end of August, which by the time I'm filming this video is 2.5 months away. So if I can get half of the way through what is currently left in the project in July, I would consider that a huge win. And the reason that I say that I'm not sure if that's more or less than the 31 chapters is because my chapters can range pretty drastically in how long they are, from like, I think I have a couple chapters at like 300 to 600 words, and then I have some upwards of like 4,000 words, and so they can just wildly fluctuate. So that's just my current thought, is that I would either like to edit 31 chapters and or 50,000 words in this project during the month of July. And the reason that I either wanted to finish draft 6 or even ideally draft 7 by the end of August is because at the end of August last year is when I decided to quit my job to work for myself full time, and I just thought that that would sound really nice if I had also finished DE within that year. I understand that this may or may not happen, but I am going to shoot for it because I still think that that would be really cool. But also if it happens at like the end of September or sometime this fall, I know that I will also be really happy with that. I've also been working on this project for, I believe, 7 years now. It might even be longer than that. 7 or 8 years, which on and off, and I could look that up, but I don't really want to right now. So 7 or 8 years on and off, which is a very, very long time to be working on one book. And granted, I have taken breaks from that to work on other projects, but I'm very excited to start a new project or to focus on another project while I'm querying DE, which will hopefully happen this fall. But then somebody also told me that after like October 15th, you shouldn't query because people are going into the holidays and basically you're not going to get looked at until January anyways, so then you might as well just wait until January to start querying if you're done like late fall, because then you'll be some of the most recent submissions instead of like buried under months and months of queries during the holiday season. And I kind of forgot about that with this goal. So I guess we will just see when I'm done what I decide to end up doing, but I am very excited to start working on another project again, or even book 2 of DE. I think that something like that would be very, very fun, especially getting to start something new during NaNoWriMo. I have won NaNoWriMo once, I believe, and then I did a personal NaNoWriMo where I was able to write 50,000 words in like 32 days or something like that, and so I would love to do Nano again this year. So I would love to be done with DE, or at least book 1 of DE, by the time that November rolls around, so that I am able to shift my focus over onto a new project, or a newer project, or a less developed project. So those are my plans for Camp Nano July 2023. Let me know down in the comments below what you are hoping to accomplish, or what book you are going to be writing this month. Or if you're not participating, because I don't think that I will officially participate, I don't think I'm gonna like log it on the website or anything, let me know what your goals, writing or otherwise, are for the month of July. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm Sara Lubratt. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.